Okay, so in the top left part of the map here on Merry-Go-Round, it is none other than SK Telecom Swanky Caesura. Sorry, I just felt like acknowledging the icons because they wanted them.
I want to point attention to the icon there too. It says case greater than anti, so he's already got the salt running here. And the center bottom, we have a
I
red
don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Challenger Zerg player. It is Swanky's Anticitizen from Evil
I,
Geniuses, supposedly.
I don't think Auntie's actually noticed that what the icon says yet. No, I said he's wooing Case in the middle of the chat right now, but ignoring that. So this is a CVT. For anybody who doesn't know, Case's best race is easily his Zerg, with his Protoss and his Terran, from what I've seen, are probably about equal, since he's practiced Protoss a lot lately.
Ah, okay.
But I think Terran right now is his least practiced race, so I'm interested to see what happens, especially if this goes into a macro game.
Right. They're both in the same league too, and Anti's been practicing quite a bit lately, so especially if Caesura's got a little bit of a damper on his play from switching to Terran real fast. It should be an interesting game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see nonetheless.
Yes. Are you excited for all of the StarCraft stuff going on tomorrow?
Yeah, oh yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, Innovation is back. He's in the finals.
Ooh.
Over at Codas. So I want to watch that, except it's like 5 in the morning my time. So woo, getting up real early to watch something, which I haven't done, frankly, since I was in like elementary school, which was pretty fantastic.
Nice, nice.
So I'm pretty psyched to do that. Also, let's see. I think the other one that's going on is the EU finals.
Two finals. Oh,
I'm not sure. It's
WCS?
EU. Yeah, because there's 2 of them going on tomorrow, and there's one more on Sunday.
I have to take a gander at the schedule.
I can actually, might as well do that while we are kind of waiting for things to get underway. It looks like build-wise, both players are doing usual normal stuff.
Yep. Case dropping 3 into... Ooh, that's not Case, that's Anti. He's dropping 3 into gas. Probably going to go for some link speed. He did expand first. And Case opened CC first. So that's nearly complete. Should have a quick expo on the way. Yep, dropping a bunker. Not
Okay.
going for the Reaper.
So tomorrow is the GSL and EU.
GSL, okay.
And oh no, wait, I take that back just slightly. The finals for WCS EU are split over 2 days, and WCS AM is like the league finals for America are not until October 11th.
Ah, okay. Good, because I want to see Huck play. He made it to the round of 8, I believe.
Oh, sick!
Yep.
Right.
Yep. First time he's ever made it in WCS. His WCS career.
Sorry for a little lag spike there. That should go away.
Okay.
My internet kind of throwing a fit over me. Like, they have a YouTube video that was linked on the front of that page, and decided to start downloading.
Oops.
I was like, nope, close.
So, Case is going into factory. Is Case a fan of Widow Mines? Or is he about to quickly become a fan of Widow Mines? No.
Now, the build that I know he was throwing over to, I think, Pixel, if I remember right, that involved getting early Hellions to pressure at the front, kind of do some scouting work for you. So I think he's just doing that build. It's more macro-oriented.
Okay. Hellion gonna pop. Rally to the front so he's not running out there. Can't do any damage yet. Starport almost complete. Anti grabbing some more gas. And dropping a 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Base. He's got 10 drones in production all at once right now. He's droning pretty hard.
Okay. Really, actually, not a whole lot to talk about just yet. It's just setting up for what looks like potential drop action to go along with the medevac, go along with the Hellions. So I hasn't pushed out with those just yet. He's got the usual 3 that you'd see, I guess, at this point in time. And Banelings. Okay.
Going down. So this should be fun. Hellions versus Banelings.
This is interesting though, because he's got the armory about to finish. So if he is planning to go a lot of Hellbats, this is not really a very good unit to have against them. I mean, sure, it's just because they trade so badly against the Hellions, especially if they have medevac support like that. But I don't know. It comes down to how it's ultimately used. I mean, never underestimate a Baneling in a fight. Speaking of that, 2 Hellbats loaded up in this medevac.
Yep, the other one is splitting off toward the top right of the map. I don't know if he's going to swing around the Overlords or what, but definitely going to do some medevac strafing sideways here. I think he forgot that you can't get to the corner of the map. This is going to delay the drop quite a bit, actually.
I think, yeah, Case is running afoul of the pathing right there. But both of these actually should occur at about the same time, and this is very frustrating to deal with no matter how good you are. So let's see how quickly Anti reacts here. Pretty much has to get them away immediately. Okay, here comes the attacks. The Queen actually kind of drawing them out of position a little bit. The other medevac is about to drop into the natural. And so far, only 2 drones lost.
Ooh,
But
punching up.
Good micro, keeping things alive as long as possible, but he loses medevac, so these 2 Hellions are forfeit. That got him a decent number of kills. Looks like a total of about 8 workers have fallen. Yeah, still a couple more. Denying lots of mineral, lots of mining time right now. Very, very good.
This Queen should clean this up. A little slower than normal because the medevac's there to heal, but
So obviously losing the medevacs and the Hellions is really not ideal for this, but you did get the Zerg to, you did get a few workers, you got them to make a bunch of Zerglings, so it's not, honestly think that comes out kind of even a little bit in Case's favor, but not dramatically. If anything else, it does buy him a little time and it rattles up his opponent. Nothing like a good drop to make your opponent feel like, what can I do?
Right, and it bought him some time to build another command center, get a couple siege tanks out, fill this bunker, saturate his natural, so... given it was a total of 10 drones lost there, he's got a little bit of an economic edge at this point. Third base filling up nicely, covering main and natural. He's got a flock of Zerglings here. He could go for a little pressure. It would be nice to get these siege tanks to shoot down their own supply depots.
Okay, so we're kind of looking at this. It just looks like the end game plan here for Case is to go into mech, which obviously a little bit of a difficult position to kind of expand from here. But pretty much if he can get to that three base position, he can defend well. This is literally one of the strongest compositions in the game. So we could be in for a very long game.
Yes.
The rate that this is going.
He's also constructing 2 command centers in his main base, so do you think... I think he expects to expand a few more times at least here. Get that 5 or 6 base economy running.
Well, yeah, he will be able to work toward that eventually, especially as the power of his army continues to grow. The one thing that's really tricky for this composition to deal with, though, actually is Mutalisks. So this... only just because from a control standpoint, you really have to defend your base with missile turrets. The mech army is not going to run down Mutalisks. If you're lucky, they'll fly over the Thors, and you'll get a bunch of them that way. If you're not lucky, they'll just kill a bunch of things. You'll lose 1 or 2 Mutalisks, and the Terran player will lose a giant chunk of his workers, random add-ons here and there. It's like, it can be pretty brutal to watch. And the unfortunate thing for Case on this particular map is that this becomes incredibly hard to defend once you get past 3 bases. Good news, he can hang out on that. He can hang out in that base number for quite a long time.
Right. He's also dropping a crap ton of missile turrets, so he's got so much coverage here.
Sure. He's well aware of this particular weakness, though. I guess there are holes. You know exactly where to be at the right time.
There's a Bane train coming out here. Near the front
This
of his
is
base.
unfortunate, as they're one just into the range of those siege tanks. If he had gone just slightly lower, he would have gone in before. Now the door, they're like, oh shit, the door was open.
Gotta close the door. Can't slip up like that again, guys.
If all of those siege tanks didn't just save him right there, he actually could have lost everything. Natural. That is a horrifying moment for any player when you're like, I just dodged death, barely.
This this overlord up here, wasn't pooping fast enough. The command center did land, so now he's very upset. He's crapping all over the base.
You can also see another element coming into play for at least our Terran player here is that this mech composition, they're pretty much always very mineral light, gas heavy. Most of the units he's trying to populate his army with, Thor's siege tanks, and of course the what is going on, brain? Raven. There we go. The Raven also very, very heavy gassings. He's trying not to pour too much into Hellions just because they can take up a lot of space real quick on that supply bar. But looks like he's trying to de-emphasize them out, in fact.
Yep. Case dropping some more missile turrets at his forward base. Those Thors got a really nice shot on those mutas, but the regen out of combat. It's gonna clean that up real quick. So don't have to worry about that. He can't he can't slip up with his mutas though. Thor's prioritize. Yes, Taurus. Yeah, how that almost came out that way.
Taurus from
Yes,
Thor.
Taurs. Yes, Thors prioritize Mutalisks now over the rest of the army, so all it's going to take is a few shots. 3 or 4 shots total. If there are 3 Thors there.
That does actually increase the power of a mech army by quite a bit in this situation, as the Zerg player has to be very, very well aware of where that army is at all times. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know if it makes a huge difference. It's probably one of those things that helps out more lower level play than it does at higher level play.
Right, and also, too, I mean, if Case isn't looking at his army and the mutas happen to slip up, fly in there, yeah, it's going to come out probably better for him.
True.
Got a muta flyby here. Pick off
So this is kind of what I was talking about. There's always a hole. In this case, like, they can just kind of hover over the army if he does that correctly. He doesn't even have to deal with most of the missile turrets. He's already obliterated 9 workers. Here come the Thors to deal with this, but he can just float away. He's not reacting fast enough, though. Get out of there.
Wake up, wake up.
14 workers for the price of nearly losing everything. I think he lost maybe a muta.
And instead he's running in here in front with some lings.
Yeah, I tried to get some work done there. Only really damaged some Hellbats. Didn't really do much more work than that.
Got roasted pretty hard. Couldn't get to those siege tanks around the flamethrowers.
So now we're in that kind of awkward place where the Terran can't leave because he'll lose all his stuff, but the Zerg can't really break the defensive power of the Terrans. So he's going to go. Basically, we're going to see a constant harassment game by both players. He's trying to get what work he can done here.
Right. This is good here
Looks
too.
like he held position around the workers to try and get them to focus on that, but nope. They try to go for the planetary fortress. He did get a few workers, only 2. Kind of at the cost of a lot of Zerglings, which wouldn't be bad normally, except that he's maxed out and frankly has nothing else to spend his minerals on.
Got quite a bit of income too. He's out mining Case.
Well, this is interesting. He needs to get those set up immediately. He has more than enough tanks to deal with this, but the fact that they're not sieged up yet means that he's losing a lot. Ooh, and he's actually losing a lot of Raven energy just to take care of these things, which will help out with the initial push, but as soon as they're low, he's going to be kind of vulnerable. He needs to move these mutas back. He needs to keep us alive.
They're pushing in. It's going to be hell for these Thors.
Yeah, once the siege tanks are in place, they're pretty well protected here. But this is tricky. Like, I think a combined wave of this and Speedlings can actually do a giant amount of damage to a group of units like that. But have to wait and see here.
Yeah, so got a little stalemate going on here in the middle of the map.
There really isn't a lot of anti-air, actually. Like, if he had a little bit more Mutalisks, he could actually magic box them over all 3 of those things and kill them really quickly. But, you know, the thing is, at the same time, when you got Locusts, why do anything? Just tiny little amounts of chip damage until you're done. Oh, Oh, he wants to make something happen. He's definitely thinking about it.
Careful,
Oh, he's
careful.
clustering up. He's clustering up in front of the Thors. Very, very, very intense. Ooh, ah, takes some hits from the Thors right there, trying to get some work done, but
Oh no!
loses everything to a secret missile. Ouch.
Secret missile making his day quite a bit worse.
However,
Broodlord.
you have a transition into Broodlords. This is rough. There are no Vikings here. He doesn't really have anything to deal with them except for these 3 Thors, even with their single shot attack. They're not going to kill them that quickly, and they're probably not even going to get close enough to fire it, to be honest. There's the scan. He sees the base there. He's being incredibly BM by wasting all of that. But here comes the Broodlords, and now suddenly Case's army at the front has a little bit of a problem here. He's about to lose all of his anti-air. He's trying to spread them out against the Seeker missiles. Does so successfully. Only loses those 2 Broodlords, but now there's really no anti-air in the army left anymore. Just that 1 Thor, which is running away.
More corruptors here on the way too, so there's only going to be... Oh! Swarm Post running forward! The division of the tanks!
In the division of the tanks takes a few hits there, but here come the Locusts, and then with the Broodling support on top of that, now he's starting to lose the siege tanks. Once these are gone, he's lost his defensive position.
This is expensive too. All mech army, siege tanks are the staple. It's gonna take a while to get that back. They're trying to run, but Broodling's a little fast for the tanks to escape.
So Case looking like getting a little bit of ahead of himself there with the BM mules. Which, amusing, but now he's kind of wishing he had those back in his base, I'm sure.
Plenty of starports here. We're going to fall prey to this onslaught here. Free units.
So this is not just free units, this is a free unit basic composition. He's got tanks and the Broodlings, and then he's got ranged units, and he says takes game 1.
Very well played.